So I thought we'd do a lovely practice today that will help us release any tension in the body, because we know that when we are tense, stressed, anxious, and in that whirlwindy thing that we get into because of our 21st century rushing lives often, it's very much harder to access self-compassion. It's much harder to access compassion, full stop. It's much harder to give ourselves that ability to pause and breathe and then notice. So I thought it would be very helpful for us, especially as many of you are just completing your day. You may have built up some of those tensions in the body. So I thought that might be a really helpful practice. We're going to weave in two different types of practice. When I used to offer this in the prison, the male prison I used to work in many years ago, I simply called it the squeeze and release. But what we're actually doing, the official name is progressive muscle relaxation. But that's a bit of a mouthful. And what we're going to do is weave in compassion to the squeeze and release. Does that make sense? Now, of course, if you have a body that will not enjoy being squeezed, then please don't do this. You can imagine the squeeze and then really allow yourself to sink into your chair or the bed or wherever you are, just to let the relaxation flood your body. I can get cramp quite easily, especially in my feet and legs. So if you notice that's maybe a part of your experience, then to very gently ease up on the squeeze. But the intention is we're going to squeeze out anything that doesn't serve us and really help the muscles and the whole body soften. This is an act of compassion. So, and let us begin. So, you may like to start with your hands over your heart or offering them a big hug, your beautiful body, because this is for you, darling body. Hello, sweet body, welcoming your body now. Maybe enjoying a nice deep breath, feeling the breath move through your body with a lovely sigh out. Let's have a few more. Breathing in, your hands connected to your body, feeling that gentle pressure and appreciation as you sigh out. And one more final deep, cleansing, happy breath. And as you breathe out, you may even feel the resonance, the vibration of your breath and that lovely releasing sigh. And then resting your hands in your lap or wherever feels comfortable. Inviting your attention inward now. And then drawing your attention specifically in a kind and loving manner right down to your toes. Making sure that you make any adjustments that you need for yourself, modify as feels good for your body. But let's just bring a little squeeze in. And as you squeeze the toes and the feet, curling up the toes, you may like to take a breath too. And then very gently releasing. And this is the important bit. Nice and slowly. Releasing, uncurling. Noticing the difference as you release the tension. Maybe your toes want to have a wiggle in appreciation for all that loving attention. Very nice. So let's move our attention up to the calves. And if it feels good, give your calves a little squeeze, just your calves, nowhere else. Squeeze as best you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And slowly releasing, relaxing, enjoying a sigh, taking your time, letting all the muscles soften. Very nice. And now drawing your mind up to your thighs. Very big muscle, your quads. They work very hard for us. So if you can squeeze your thighs, sometimes it's helpful to move the legs, the feet towards the bottom or up, whatever works for you, but squeezing the thighs now. These very big, hard-working muscles. See if you can isolate just your thighs. And imagine you're squeezing out all the tension. That's it. Big breath in, and as you release, letting the breath and the muscles soften. Slowly and gently, all the muscles releasing, relaxing. Very nice. Just allowing the whole of your legs to relax. Pouring appreciation into your lower body. And if any parts are sore, tender, then of course wrap them in compassion too. And now turning your attention to your bottom. Your lovely bottom doesn't get a lot of attention, and yet your glutes work so hard to keep you balanced, strong. And so these muscles may be overworking without you realizing because you don't really pay attention. And so let's draw our attention, our loving attention, to the glutes. Sending love and appreciation as you squeeze your bottom now. Squeeze as much as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a deep breath. And then gently releasing the breath and the muscles in the bottom. Softening, softening, softening. Until the whole of the bottom is effortlessly sinking into the surface it's resting on. Noticing how that feels. loving attention. A little bit more ease. Beautiful. And now let's draw our attention, our loving intention to our tummies. And our tummies can often get a lot of judgment. We can be quick to criticize. Maybe our tummy's not as perfect as we project it should be. So maybe hands on the tummy, a little rub of the tummy. And then when you're ready, imagine drawing the tummy into the spine. Give it a squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, let it go. Really let it go. We often, especially women, often don't let our tummies fully release. Always being held in tension to some degree. So let's really relax our tummies. Very nice. A nice, soft belly. Pouring love and appreciation for all its works, its efforts. And all the muscles that are holding you up. So let's draw our attention up, up, up the torso into the upper body, the upper chest, around the ribs, the upper back. This is where we can start to notice we really do hold a lot of tension, especially in the lower shoulder blades. And so when you're ready, give this upper body part a little squeeze, a squeeze of appreciation, a squeeze of thanks. Nice deep breath. And release. And you may notice that other parts of the body have started squeezing with you. That's okay. Send them all your love. And let the whole of the body, all the muscles around the rib cage and all the organs, chest, upper back, opening and softening now. Very nice. And drawing your shoulders up now. We know that our shoulders carry a lot. We shoulder our stress. We shoulder other people's suffering. And this is where our compassion practice is so important. So, acknowledging, honoring our shoulders, bring the shoulders right up to the ears. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Big deep breath. As much as you can. And slowly, gently release. And feel the gratitude, the relief in the shoulders. Letting go of the burdens you may be carrying just for a little while. Let the whole body soften. Offering compassion to the shoulders for carrying so many burdens. Very nice. And then sending your compassion, your love and appreciation down the arms now. All the way down the arms, upper arms, lower arms, and right to the hands. And we're going to squeeze the arms and scrunch up the hands into a fist. Off we go. Nice deep breath. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You may find your shoulders come up again. That's fine. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Release the breath. Release the shoulders, the upper arms, lower arms. And let the hands gently unfurl, resting your open palms on your lap. This is our gesture of mindfulness. Open palms, fully present. Just resting. Well done. And now bringing your attention to your throat, your jaw, your face, your forehead, your skull. You may have various places where you hold tension, knowingly or unknowingly. Maybe in the jaw, maybe in the throat. So we're going to give this an honoring squeeze. So when you're ready, deep breath, and scrunch up the face. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when you've had enough, release, release, release. Feel the neck softening and opening, jaw softening. You may like to keep the lips slightly apart. The eyelids, the eyeballs, the ears, the skull, all softening. Very nice. Let the breath move through, allowing the relaxation to flood your body. And now we're going to have our final squeeze, our final honoring of the muscles and all parts of the body that work so hard for us. By squeezing from the tip of our toes to the top of our head. Only do as much as feels comfortable. Off we go, squeezing, curling up the toes, the feet, the calves, the quads, the glutes, the tummy, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, the fists and the face. Deep breath now. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release. Wonderful. Nice and slowly. Sending love, appreciation, ease and grace, openness, relaxation, flooding your whole body now. Let the breath move through this more spacious body now. flooding your body with appreciation and so much gratitude and love. And just rest here. Just rest. And if any body part requires more tenderness, perhaps some compassion, flood that part with your love and compassion. Every cell in your body receiving this relaxation. Really letting go now. Allow your whole body to be held. Lovingly held. If the breath wants to deepen, let it move. If the body wants to move, readjust. Let your sweet body do what it needs to do. Wrapping your whole body in love, compassion, kindness, appreciation, and gratitude. And if you notice there's any holding or tension remaining in any part of your body, maybe it's creeping back in with a worrisome thought, then bless that part. Send that part your love. And pour ease and relaxation, love and appreciation to that part, holding it with your loving, kind attention. How very nice it is after working all day to come back home and quietly while away the leisure hours in many pleasant ways, easing the pressures of your present days. Life is a round of lots of things to do. Demands are made and we must see them through. Our brains get muddled and we cannot think, for our minds are forever teetering on the brink. There's loads of remedies for sale out there, said to solve strain and stress, but do beware. These remedies are not quite what you need. The slowing down is where you will succeed. For we go rushing on at such a speed, pounding away without the time to heed. Like the methodical clock that's ticking on the wall, there is no time to stop or even stall. Everyone is on a fast conveyor belt. Tensions mount and then the panic's felt. We must slow down now and set the pace for ourselves in this mad, frantic race. Time was when life for us was calm and steady, running like a slow and gentle eddy. Life was hard, but had its rhythmic progress, taking time saved us from certain distress. There's no escape now from our daily toil. We seem to be permanently on the boil. That's why our leisure time gives us an easing, for going at such a speed. It's just not pleasing. Something has got to give to make us stop and realize that if we don't, we're going to drop. We are not machines that can go on forever. We may be bright, and okay, we may be clever. But what use is that if we no longer function? When we have gone and reached the final junction, there's one way left, and that is up to you. Look after yourself, and to yourself be true. Be happy, be cheerful, be relaxed and calm. Do nothing that is too quick to cause alarm. Your body and brain you must keep steady and sure, and you will undoubtedly live to 104. And so with that warm invitation to relax, to be calm, to pause, let's have one more deep cleansing breath. And as we breathe out, thanking our bodies thanking our minds and our hearts for practicing today.